Ahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee here, my Copico Blanca, 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. Coffee, cream, and sugar in one packet. It's a powder form. You just put it in your cup, put hot water, and you're good to go. You have a cup of coffee. Very inexpensive. I can get these packets right here for 10 pieces for like 70 pesos. So 10 cups of coffee for $1.50. HD, greetings and salutation, HD. AJB, good morning, good morning. My good friend from Sydney, Australia. Having my morning cup of coffee here. Edgar didn't go no hangover. No, Edgar. I maybe had not even half a beer. I had like maybe 4 sips of beer. Dazzle, I think Dazzle had a couple, and I was just taking sips from her beer. I don't drink anymore. You know, it's like one beer. I'm usually good, but even last night, you know, I was just like taking sips from just to get the taste. You know, I do miss the taste of beer. Hey, Tim. Yo, Ginno. All right, yo, Tim from Las Vegas. Good morning, good morning. I thought you might have been too tired from last night party. And no, oh no. I got home, you know, it's like I think I was in bed by 10:30, and then slept in for me, you know, sleeping in. It's like 6:30 today, you know, that's like sleeping in. And then I just took Leanna to school. She had school today. Yesterday, it was sunny all day. It was sunny all day. And even like before we started the party, it actually got cloudy. You could see it from my live stream, but it didn't rain. It didn't rain last night. It started raining again like early this morning, early in the AM. But Leanna's got school today. It's Friday, so it's no big deal. I took her to school, dropped her off by the gate. So, and she had her raincoat. She had a hoodie. So, she had her rain jacket. So everything's good. Everything's good. Hey, Ruben, my good friend Ruben. He was at the party last night. See, he's awake. Ruben's awake. Good morning, brother. Just getting up. All right, brother. Ruben was having a good time last night. Had a few beers. Ruben was the one that had a few beers, and at first Ruben didn't want to sing. You know, it's a karaoke. You know, people are shy in the beginning, but I think after a few beers, Ruben was ready to sing. So Ruben sang a couple of songs. Good part. Yes, it was a great time, JB. I was really happy because I just could see Dazzle. She was just smiling all night, and that, you know, that's, to me, that's like made the party for me. Just seeing Dazzle happy. You know, her mom and Leanna, they're having a great time. You know, they're always like teasing each other, but you know, it's all in fun, and they really had a good. And then, you know, James and Karen, they made it out, so I was really happy that they made it out. They're still here in Calibo because what I did is I made sure I got them a room at the La Casa Española that way, because I knew we were gonna stay up a little late, and then I didn't want them to have to drive home to Balete. No telling if it was gonna rain last night, so I got them a room, so they're good. Probably check out today at noon, but no pressure. You know, they're having. James told me they have a good time, and I can tell James and Karen had a good time because they were singing. They were singing. We had James. He started off with like a West Virginia song, John Denver's. He sang "Rhinestone Cowboy." And he even sang a fast song. I remember. He sang "Great Balls of Fire." He sang "Great Balls of Fire," but you know, from Top Gun, you know, for Jerry Lee Lewis. And then, of course, and Karen, she was singing. Karen's got a nice voice, so everybody had a good time. You know, it's like I'm glad we're like comfortable with each other. You know, it's not like we're embarrassed to sing in front of each other. I mean, we could tell, you know, they're really becoming good friends of ours. And then Ruben was teasing Leanna with like 100 peso bill per song, you know. So Leanna was like, every time Leanna saw the 100 peso, I'm like, I'll sing, you know. She would sing. It took 100 peso to get Leanna up there singing from Tito Ruben. Good day, everyone. Good day. JB, hi, Ginno. All right. HD, JB, Edgar, Tim, JB. All right. The gang, the Panay Posse, as Daniel would say. How's it going, German Angel? We're doing good. We're doing good. Just looks like it's gonna be a rainy day today. I don't see. Well, there's a clearing in the clouds, so maybe later on today we'll get some sunshine. But we'll just relax today. You know, it's like we got leftover food from the party. We took out the leftover food, so plenty of food for us to eat here. Cake, we still have like half of the birthday cake. JP, I woke up at 3 a.m. and peeked at the party. I lucked out and got to watch. Oh, all right, JP, that's good. Yeah, we did a duet, right? We did a duet. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream. We sang that song, so JP got to see it. I just subscribed. All right, thank you, German Angel, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Hi, JP, how are you? Well, 3 a.m. JP, that's early. I knew that. You know, that I did the live stream. I figure at least it will get recorded, and then people can watch it. Charlie Letts, my friend in Boston. My friend in Boston. Good morning to you. How was Dazzle's party? Everybody had a great time. Lots of karaoke, lots of food. You know, we have plenty of food. Drinks for a few of the guests. Like my friend Ruben, he had a few beers. How was the singing and dance moves? It was fun. I mean, it's like I always have to like put some moves when I sing. I can't just stand and sing. I don't sing a lot of like the mellow songs. So I usually put some dance moves in there when I sing. Thank you for your live streaming last night. Oh, you're welcome, JB. I wanted to share that, and it was safe. It was because I didn't monetize it. I checked the box that says no for monetization, because anytime you got songs and things like that, YouTube's kind of tricky with that. So I just went. That way, even if you watch it, there should be no commercials on it, no ads. It should just play straight through. We did have problems with the Starlink off and on, because it was cloudy last night, windy in Calibo. So I don't know if that affects the Starlink, but at least we got it in. We got it in. We got everybody at least got to see the party live, and then replay now. At least people can see. Happy about that. GB, how are you, HD? I'm doing great. All right. Those are James Signer. I can tell. I know Rhinestone Cowboy. I know he was, even before we started, he was saying that was his song. Straight, do you like I do. I wasn't, really paying attention to F1, NASCAR, Indy for the longest time, but my friend in Texas, he got me started on it. I'd only watch it on YouTube, replays of the F1 races. And then I watched that series on Netflix. That got me hooked, understanding F1. And it's like, now I'm hooked. It's like now I'm watching more F1. And then I watched the movie with Brad Pitt, with Dazzle. So I know I'll be watching it, paying attention now, since I know the drivers now. Before, I didn't even know the current drivers on F1. Fortune, hey, good morning, Fortune. Good morning. That Mom Leanna and the Panay Posse. All right. Great. It was. I think I surprised Dazzle with the venue because she was thinking it was just that little tiny room, the karaoke bar. But I was talking to the owner. Filipina is her name, so it's easy for me to remember her name, Filipina. And then her husband, Nathaniel. They own the building. They own the La Casa Espa. Really nice couple. She was the one that actually offered me because I wasn't sure how many people would show up because I invited at least, I think I invited 20 people. Then you know how it is, I know people get with work schedule and all that. So not everybody made it in time, but no big deal. That's typical of Filipino parties anyway. If everybody's on time on a Filipino party, something's wrong, something's wrong. Usually there's people lagging, latecomers and all that, but it's all good, That's why Filipina, she offered the venue, the bigger venue. That's why. And Dazzle was really surprised because she didn't think, because I took Dazzle there when we filmed La Casa Española and we filmed the karaoke KTV room. She didn't think that party was going to be in the big room. And then they had amazing food set up for us. I really like the fresh, I like the fresh lumpia. It's not fried. It's all fresh ingredients like ubod. Ubod is like from coconut, and then it had carrots, lettuce, and then it has that sauce. And usually that sauce, when you put it on the fresh lumpia, usually it's kind of sweet. This one, it was just right. I liked it how it wasn't a sweet sauce. But great food. Dazzle, of course, she wanted like the Filipino spaghetti. That's why we had the Filipino spaghetti. And then she likes baby back ribs, so we had baby back ribs. And then fruit. They had a fruit plate for us. And then chicken, the Parmesan chicken with cheese. Liana's always the chicken person. She likes to eat chicken. But great party. Everybody had a good time. I could tell everybody was cutting loose, having fun last night. So that's the main thing. You were moving like Jagger. Yeah, that's one of the songs I sang was Moves Like Jagger by Maroon 5. I like that song, so I know that song pretty good. Hey, Glenn. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Glenn. My neighbor here at Camellia, Aklan. Glenn, good morning. JP, I was watching the party and this live stream popped up. Oh, nice, JP. I figure I'll follow up, just update people. My friend actually this morning, my friend that drove, they took the bus. They took the bus from Iloilo City yesterday, and my friend and his girlfriend. But I was going to show them around Calibo this morning, but I just got a text from him that they had to go back early. But they did stay overnight because I told him it's a 3-hour bus ride. So I also got them a room at the La Casa Española. So now they're checking out early and they're headed back to Iloilo City. I was hoping to show them around Calibo a little bit this morning, but it is kind of raining, so it's not like I wanted to show them at least the esplanade, the beach esplanade in Calibo, because a really nice area now in Calibo. A lot of joggers, a lot of bike riders there in the morning, especially in the morning. But with the rain and all, so there might not be any people there today. Al's Tourism's house just closed today. Another milestone on the path to the... Oh, congratulations! That is a milestone. I remember that, Al, when I was moving back to the Philippines. Getting rid of stuff, selling things. It's like you feel like I had a calendar and I would X the calendar, count my days. But like when you sell some, there's moms, the La Isla Bonita lady, the Madonna singer. Yeah. So it's like you get milestones like that, and that's a huge milestone. Closing the house getting sold. That's a huge milestone for me. Just I remember the last thing I had to do was my car, because you have to keep your car right until the end. So what I ended up doing with my car was like a week before, I flew to the Philippines. I drove it to CarMax. I'm sure I got, I didn't get the best deal. I was trying to sell it, put in an ad, but it's hard to sell a Mustang. Surprisingly, it's hard to sell a Ford Mustang in Tucson, Arizona. But I ended up taking it to CarMax. At least I got some cash for it. My Mustang was paid off, so at least I had money to, extra money for me to carry to the Philippines. Are you from Visayas? For XD Worthy. No, I'm actually not from Visayas. I was born and raised in Manila. Went to Letron College in Intramuros, Manila. I went to an all-boys Catholic school all my elementary years until I was about 12. That's when I moved to the United States. I lived in Quezon City, Frisco, Quezon City. So it was a good, man, I think it was like 45 minutes to an hour to get to my school in Manila. I used to ride the jeepney in Manila. So I experienced that all throughout my youth, taking the jeepney going to my school in Manila. I always kind of was curious why my mom decided to send me to Letron, why that far? I mean, they had schools in Quezon City, but it's like I started kindergarten there at Letron College, and I ended up, finishing my elementary years there at Letron College. Hey, Fortune from JB. Mick Jagger ended the live last night. Was there a third? Was there a third? I think I did. I mean, I finally cut the live, but we kept on singing. I know I sang some more, but my memory's never good anymore, Fortune. It's like I do know. I think I sang a Bon Jovi song. I sang Maroon 5, The Island is in the Stream. I think I sang one more song. I sang like 4 songs last night. One of the highlights of karaoke was the moves like Jagger. That's funny, Ruben. Ruben didn't want to sing in the beginning there. Ruben didn't want to sing, but towards the end there, he was singing Lionel Richie, like 3 times a lady. It's like. But of course, that was after a few beers for Ruben, so he had the beer courage to sing. Mick Jagger was the last I saw as well. Yeah, I think we cut the live, because the internet got spotty. It was like I could tell, that my phone was doing the reconnecting, and then we were losing people. So I just said, I decided to just stop the live stream. I think we got about 2 hours of live stream. So at least people got to see the party. Tim C, looks like everyone had a great time. Glad to see it. Yes, yeah. I mean, karaoke, anytime you have karaoke in the karaoke in the Philippines, it's usually a lot of fun. And we weren't even really drinkers, none of us were really drinking beer, it's like, it wasn't that kind of party where people were like drinking a lot of beer, but we still had a good time. On-site work today, past 2 gutter deep areas, Talaba in Bacoor and Buendia. Well, I remember Buendia, Fortune. That used to be on the jeepneys that I would ride, like where it says Buendia, it's like, I remember that name, Buendia. I'm not good anymore, Fortune, regarding like areas. And, it's been so long for me when I left, I was so young. And I never really got to go back. When I go back to Manila, it was just like passing through. It's never like staying in Manila. But I do, because first 12 years of my life. So, of course, I remember like Buendia. I remember like Divisoria. I remember Baclaran, that kind of areas. But if you ask me if I can get there, now, probably not. Probably I'll get lost if I had to drive through Manila. I did drive through one time from Batangas, when we went up from Batangas, we drove one day we drove from Batangas to Angeles City, but I never left the freeway. I went from the South Luzon Expressway, and then I took that Skyway, so I didn't have to exit the freeway. It was all freeway from South Expressway, then the Skyway, and then North Expressway. So I kind of like that. Because I didn't want to like exit and be like in like the streets of Manila. I would have been lost. If I HD. Just going through the day, JB. Same old, same old, same old, same old. Hey, Alan, my friend in Texas. How did Ginno from hot Texas? Ooh, 104. That is hot. That is hot. Well, July, yeah, it's summer. Summer in Texas for sure. July, August is summer vacation, I remember, in Texas. Lucita, hey, hello, Lucita, my good friend in Maine. Another hot. Ooh, it's like hot everywhere. It seems like Maine, in Texas, it's hot. Humid for us in Maine, 87. Not as bad as Texas though. There, Lucita, 104 for my friend Alan. JP, was there? You know what? There was no rice. It's funny because Ruben asked for rice. It's funny because like I knew Dazzle. When I got when I ordered the food, I guess I just assumed that they were gonna put rice, but they didn't. They didn't have rice. Even James says, "Do they have rice?" I mean, here's James looking for rice because I figure, it's like when I ordered the food, it's common here that they have rice, but it wasn't a big deal. We had pasta, we had the spaghetti, so spaghetti, ribs, and chicken, and then the lumpia is kind of like a salad, and we have fruit, but no rice, no rice. But the food was amazing. They really, even Karen was even saying she liked the chicken, the Parmesan chicken with cheese. Like me, my favorite was the ubod, like the fresh lumpia was my favorite. Impossible, JP, impossible. Sounds like, yes, we had a good time at the party, Glenn. Happy birthday to Dazzle. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, appreciate that. Lucita, everyone seems to have a great time at Dazzle. Yes, it's like, they were excited. I know Dazzle, Mom, and Leanna, they were excited. Because it was karaoke. It was going to be karaoke. So they knew it was going to be fun. And I wanted it. At first, we were talking about a birthday. Yeah, Dazzle was thinking a fishing birthday party. And I told Dazzle, you guys go fishing all the time. I told her, you only turn 30 years old once, So I told her, let's make it a special birthday. And I'm glad we chose karaoke because it made it to be a special birthday for Dazzle. I know she'll remember this birthday of all the birthdays. She's never had a birthday like that, like in a nice venue like that. And then karaoke, it's like, I know she'll remember this birthday. Charlie Lax. Interstellar. I'm sure I've seen Interstellar. I have to look it up, Charlie, because I'm a movie buff, man. I love movies. Favorite movie? I have a lot of favorite movies. I would probably say Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite movies. Top Gun. I'm a Top Gun fan. I love Top Gun. Just a lot. I just watch a lot of movies. It's like I like the Goodfellas too. I like the gangster mafia movies. Party was great. I had to open my own San Miguel light paired with Ding Dong. Ding Dong. I know that Ding Dong mixed nuts. I haven't had that. I haven't had that. I don't drink beer or alcohol anymore, Fortune. when after my cancer diagnosis, I might have like half a glass of wine once, special occasions. Like last night, I would take sips at Dazzle's beer, but one of the things that I have to give up what is alcohol. I slept straight until 5 a.m. Philippines time. Wow, yeah. You must have had a few. You must have had a few San Miguel lights, man, if you slept till 5 a.m. When the Panay Posse all land, we will have the no work schedule. I know, right? No work schedule. I didn't think about that actually because Dassel's birthday was on a Thursday. I guess because it's like I guess we could have moved it to Friday, that way more people could attend. But I wasn't thinking because I'm thinking Dazzle's birthday, we'll celebrate it on that day. Probably in hindsight, it probably would have been better if I did it on a Friday. That way people don't have to work the next day. But most of my expat friends here, they're retired. They're not working. None of them are working. So like Nefty, Ruben, Jerry, James, So I was thinking, but a few of our classmates that were supposed to come, of course, they still work. But when we do, JP, it will be the no work schedule. No work schedule. Ubod is the heart of the palm. I can eat some of that without cooking it. Yes, I mean, it's my favorite. One of my favorite things to eat here. I like the texture. There's like a little crunch to it, but not, it's just, I like eating ubod. That's one of my favorite lumpia here. It's like ubod, and then sometimes they'll fry it, but I prefer the fresh. I like the fresh ubod with that sauce. It's kind of like almost like a gravy sauce, but thicker gravy sauce. But it's usually sweet, but this one wasn't too sweet. It was just like right. It was just perfect for the lumpia ubod. The food really did look good. Yes. I think the reason is they do catering because the function room, they do like meetings there, wedding reception. So they're used to it. I'm sure they have somebody that cooks. You can tell they know how to cater. They can tell. Good morning, Loiski, Mixed Vlog. All right. Said hi. Hello. The venue was a surprise. The table setting well designed with the plants. Yes, and that's one thing about La Casa Española. It's not just the venue with the plants. It's like the whole thing. Fortune. They even have on the top floor there an area where it's like a garden, and you can sit. They got tables set up there. You can hang out there at sunset or even sunrise if it's sunny. It's like surrounded by plants. You can tell they are well kept. Yeah, it's like that is the nicest apartments here in Calibo. You're not gonna find a nicer apartment in Calibo than La Casa Española. 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom furnished. Also Airbnb. If you just want to stay like a couple of days or 1 week, you can also do Airbnb at La Casa Española. And they got plenty of units. They have 36 units, and they're adding another building. So that's gonna add at least 10 more rooms when they finish the building that they're adding. Can I have a simple shout out? All right, Loiski. Simple shout out. All right, Mixed Vlog. Lumpiang ubod is namit. Yes, it's namit. Namit gid. Cam, delicious food last night. That Filipino spaghetti was the best I've had. Kudos to the chefs who created that food dish. Yeah, Ruben's liking a Filipino spaghetti now. Ruben's been here now 7 months in the Philippines. So he's adapting. I told him he's becoming Filipino. So Leanna had 2 servings. Yeah, Leanna had more than 2 servings. Leanna was Leanna can eat. You know, I mean, Ruben can tell you guys this, that Liana can eat. And she's not shy. Like, if you're eating and you don't decide, like, if you order like 3 pieces of chicken and you eat 2 chicken and you have extra chicken and you ask Liana, Liana, you want to have 1 piece of my chicken? She doesn't even blink, man. She's like, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, she looks shy, but yeah, when you get to know Liana, she becomes comfortable with you, like with Ruben. You know, she's comfortable with Ruben. She'll start kidding around, you know, Tito Ruben. She loves her Tito Ruben. You can trust beer courage, but tequila courage can be risky. I know, right? Many, you know, there's a lot of tequila now here in the Philippines, but it's still not a popular. It's still not a popular drink here. I mean, you can get Jose Cuervo here. You can get Patron, but it's still, Philippines is more rum. You know, Philippines, I would say more rum and whiskey. Like that Tanduay rum and that Emperador whiskey, those two things, those are like, you can't go to a Filipino party. If it's not Red Horse or San Miguel, it's usually Tanduay rum or Emperador whiskey. But tequila's not, you know, I guess because of the price, you know, because there is a Filipino brand of tequila. It's called El Hombre, but it's horrible. You know, I wouldn't recommend El Hombre, that local tequila, man. I don't think that's real tequila. Now Jose Cuervo, of course, is, you know, it's imported. It comes here, expensive. If you know, especially Patron. Patron is expensive because, you know, there's a duty tax when you get imported liquor here. Loisky, are you an Aklan? No, I'm not an Aklan native. I don't have my only relatives here in Aklan is Dazzle, my wife, and her family. I moved to Aklan province 14 years ago because I decided to retire in Boracay Island. That my first 18 months I was in Boracay Island before I moved here to the mainland. Because budget-wise, you know, mainly because cheaper to live in the mainland than in Boracay Island. But eventually, I think Dazzle and I will move to Boracay Island once I get my Social Security, because we can definitely afford Boracay when I get my Social Security. But I'm not a native. I understand Aklanan now. I can't say I can speak it, but I have a lot of words that and when people are talking Aklanan, because now I've been here for 14 years, I can understand. I can put it together. Aklanan. But this is my forever home now. I'm in love with this province. I love Aklan province. I think it's a gem. It's a secret here in the Philippines. You know, it's like I know the people that I've helped move here to Aklan province, they will tell you that too. It's not for everyone though. If you're looking for a city, a more city life, Aklan is not that. There is no city, not a single city here in Aklan province. But if you're looking for a more rural, yet there's some structures now, infrastructures like malls, like Grand Gaisano Mall, Asia Pacific Medical Center. Even James told me when we were talking, he likes Calibo. He likes the vibe in Calibo because it's not too big. It's not like Iloilo City, Cebu City. You know, it's not a big city. You can pretty much, I mean, I can walk pretty much everywhere in Calibo. Calibo's not big. And then tricycle is the main transportation in Calibo. Like my friend Ruben, he hasn't even bought a motorbike. He gets around Calibo just by walking and riding the tricycle. But Ruben did say, when he comes back, he's headed back to the US for like 5-6 weeks. And then when he comes back, he said he's finally gonna get a motorbike. Because that's common for a lot of expats here in Panay Island. It's like it's hard to find an expat here that doesn't have a motorbike. You know, I'm not a serious bike rider. I can't even ride a manual motorbike, but we have Bumblebee, our tricycle. It's a scooter. It's a 125cc Yamaha MIUI, and I put a sidecar because, again, I've never ridden motorcycles my entire life. Bumblebee, my motorbike, is the first one that I bought ever. You know, it's like my mom wouldn't let me ride motorbikes. So Fortune, not Ginno. His wife, yes, Dazzle. Dazzle is the one from Aklan. She's from Catering. Mom's house is in Catering. Right now, mom's house, Miko, the youngest brother of Dazzle, he's the one living at mom's house in Catering. And Nene, next door, Nene built the house. Nene is like Dazzle's older sister. But everybody's here. Everybody in Dazzle's family is here in Aklan, in Catering, Aklan. We miss that. Balikbayang John, Salve and Maggie from Florida. Good morning, Ginno. Good morning. Thank you for the live stream. All right. I'm glad. I knew people would appreciate the live stream. That's why I did it. We enjoyed celebrating with you. Yes, and thank you. And that's the thing, it's like I'm happy it was like not just people in person, but people were greeting Dazzle online during the live stream. So you could tell, like Dazzle was just smiling all night. She was really happy, and that's the main thing for me. That made the celebration for me, is just seeing Dazzle really happy. The karaoke was so much fun. Love the casa. Oh yeah, the Casa Española is awesome. And I mean, if you're looking for a venue, right? I mean, nice venue. They cater drinks, everything. I mean, not and the lady that was serving I mean, she was really nice. So it's like nothing more you can ask. I mean, it's easy because you don't have like to clean up after. We did help her clean up. We fixed the chairs. We took out the plates. We helped her, but we didn't have to. But it's just us. It's like Dazzle, me, mom, and Liana. We helped that because it was just one lady that was like serving. So we helped her like clean up at the end. But still, it's not like we didn't have to wash dishes. We didn't have to wash dishes. We just had to pack up the leftovers and take you home. That was the only thing we had to do. And didn't have to cook. That's the one thing, with Filipino parties. Sometimes it becomes a lot of work because you have to buy the stuff, cook the stuff, the preparation. It's a lot of work there, I'm more like that. I like the easy route. If I can have somebody cater it, I don't mind paying. I know it's a little more cheaper if you do it on your own, but I like making it easy. That way we can all just celebrate, because so I knew if I didn't have a cater, Dazzle and mom, they would be busy cooking and, cleaning up afterwards. And I didn't want that for them. That's correct, Ginno. Star, then S-Lex, up the Skyway, down to then shifted to exit Clark. Yes, I took that, man. I was kind of nervous. Fortune, to tell you the truth, because I have not driven that ever. That's the first time I've drove that. And then, that RFID, of course, I didn't have that in my car, right? So I have to like line up on the cash, the that toll, for the toll. I guess people just has like that, they have a sticker or something in their car, it's automatic, but I didn't have that sticker, right? So I had to make sure, I had to always get into like the cash lane. Ooh, one time, man, I couldn't make it because, there's like a lot of cars, I'm not used to like driving like that, right? I'm nervous anyway, driving on the Skyway, the highway. So I ended up barely, the next one was like the RFD cash, and I was right here where it wasn't cash. Of course, the guy was like, "You're on the wrong lane, sir." It's like, "Oh, sorry, sir." I was like, "I'm not from here, I'm from Aklan." So he let me slide. He let me, I think I ended up paying them. Of course, I was causing traffic, on that. But after that one, I made sure I'm like taking my time, Dazzle was helping me make sure I was on that cash lane, cash lane for the. I didn't even know they had that. When I didn't even know they had that. At first, I was like, "What the heck is this?" I thought everything. I was thinking in the back of my mind, like when you get the North Luzon Expressway, you got all the toll booths where you pay. So that's usually the normal toll. I didn't really realize they had that automated where they have something in your car that they just scan. But I made it. I made it through. I made it through. And then going back, of course, when it was time to go back to Batangas, I already knew it. So it just caught me off guard, when I was like driving. Moving to the Philippines to spend the rest of my life on vacation and traveling. All right, Daniel, you're 7 months away, man. So it's like, I'm excited to help you in your journey, Daniel. It's like you got a friend in me when you come here to Panay Island, man. I will make sure you have a good start at least to your retirement process here and everything. At least that's when I tell people all the time, if you're moving to the Philippines, befriend somebody. Ruben's a perfect example. What Ruben did was he befriended like a lot of vloggers. Me with being one, he befriended a vlogger in Davao City, in Dumaguete City, and in Angeles City because he knew he was going to check out the places before deciding where he would land here in the Philippines. And he decided to land here in Calibo, out of all places. It's like, because we've always had a good vibe. Ruben and I had a good vibe. And I told him, when I tell people I'll help you, I'll help you. I'll make sure you have a soft landing at least in the Philippines. Jerry last night was telling me too, he appreciate me helping me steer him to Iloilo City because he was like headed to Cebu City and he was kind of lost because like the people that he was contacting online in Cebu City wasn't telling him the straight answer. He was getting quotes on condominiums in Cebu City with like one would be 10,000, 15,000 higher than the other. And nobody was explaining to him how come the gap, and he didn't know the area. So when Jerry came to Iloilo City, I was there in Iloilo City to meet him, so and I went with him condo shopping. We went to the Atria, then we went to one Madison Place, and he ended up at the Palladium. That's where he ended up, his condo is at the Palladium. It just helps. It helps, it's like, there's good vloggers there. I'm not the only one. There's plenty of vloggers in the Philippines like Ruben. Contact them and start asking them. See if they're really helpful, put them to the task, right? Put them to the task, see if they will help you. What could they say? Like, no, they're not going to help you, I don't think many vloggers will tell you that, no, I can't help you, Fortune, expats now look for. I know, right? That's what surprised me. I wasn't even looking for rice because I was just gonna eat I knew I was gonna eat some of the ubud. I had 2 of that, and I had some spaghetti, and I tried like the baby back. So I had, I don't eat big meals anymore, so I have to like snack, because the treatments I had for my throat, it kind of messed up my eating, like swallowing wise for me. It's not normal. I can't swallow normal now, but I know I was surprised. Like Ruben was looking for rice, James was looking for rice. I guess you can tell an expat's been here in a while in the Philippines when they start looking for rice at a party. Fortune, the tequila brings out the dance moves. The tequila. Fortune, becoming Filipino indeed. Yes, I guess that's a good sign of becoming Filipino. If you're looking for rice and you like Filipino spaghetti, if you like hot dogs in your spaghetti, and if you like your spaghetti sweet, you're becoming Filipino. Yes, JB. Daniel, hello to all the Panay posse. All right. We'll have to get a t-shirt, man. We'll have to get a t-shirt made, Daniel, the Panay posse. We'll wear it. I'll have one made. And we'll set it up where I'll get the T-shirts made, and when we go to the second anniversary of the Canadian Beaver, we'll all wear our shirts, the Panay Posse. That would be cool. That would be cool if we do that. I know Mike would get a kick out of that. And Mike and Kat, they were supposed to come last night, but Lara got sick, so unfortunately Lara got sick, so they couldn't make it. And Dazzle was so looking forward to seeing Lara because Lara and Dazzle, they're they're like super buddies. The minute Lara sees the Dazzle, she's like all smiles and happy, wouldn't leave her side. But she got sick. Unfortunately, she got sick. Going to become a karaoke god, signing every weekend, Daniel. Bert, hello kababayan. All right, Bert. Lumpia ubod sauce is brown sugar, soy sauce, and a bit of corn. Okay. They might have eased up on the brown sugar, HD, because I noticed this one, it wasn't, like I said, I've had ubod before, that sauce, and it would be sweet. This one was like not sweet at all. So it made it nice, actually. I kind of prefer it like that now, if I can get that ubod sauce like that. I love your videos, bro. Oh, thank you, Bert. Thank you, Bert. Appreciate that. I'm glad you're liking the videos. I'm glad that I'm still putting out good content. Daniel just mentioned on the comment that I'm close to like reaching 1,000 videos. I didn't even realize that. Thanks, Daniel. So I had to look, and I looked. Wow, I'm only like 9 videos to making 1,000 videos. That's gonna be a milestone for me. 1,000 videos. It's raining now. It's raining. Hopefully, it's not the sound. Hopefully, you can still hear me. But it's pouring now. It's pouring rain now. Give me a bucket. I still can't carry a tune. No, it's all right, man. Karaoke, you can't. It's not about. To me, karaoke is not about carrying a tune. It's about just having fun. Okay, maybe a Looney Tune. A Looney Tune. Daniel, you're early today. Must have not gone out looking for those 30-year-olds. The Daniel's looking for the 30-year-olds. Bert, I'm a Baron too. And all right, Bert. All right, nice. Many veterans here. I actually yesterday before. We went to New Washington yesterday. We had a lunch for birthday lunch before the party. We went to New Washington, Aklan, and before we went, we stopped at the Smart because my card on my phone, my SIM it's 3G. So and it was working. So I figured why bother upgrading? But I finally had to upgrade to 5G because it wouldn't work anymore. I was like, my phone don't work. It's like, so we went to the Smart, and this guy, he comes up to me and he goes, hey man, it's like, I watch your channel. I said, all right. He's Filipino American and he's retired Navy. He has a house, he says, in Polo, New Washington. And that's hey, we were headed to New Washington after the Smart, I'm always running into veterans now, because I like to wear like a lot of my Air Force shirts. So when they see me, they always like Air Force. They go, yeah, I'm Air Force. So a lot of Navy guys here in Aklan. You have a family of singers, so led by mom. Yes, mom can sing now. Mom can sing. Dazzle can sing. Leanna can sing. That's why I knew it was gonna be fun because they like singing. They sing here at the house, So, surprisingly, Ruben was asking if we have a karaoke machine. We don't. We don't have a karaoke machine. We just play it on YouTube and they just sing from the YouTube screen. Like when you put up a video, YouTube video, and it's got like the karaoke lines, the lyrics. JB. GB. I am jealous of you guys. Oh, right, man. You know, it's like I am blessed. You know, I did. You know, I was chatting with a friend of mine, Lawrence. He's flying from Hawaii. He had to take care of business in Hawaii, and he's flying back to Manila. And he's got a family in Manila too. And I do feel blessed that my life wasn't always like this. You know, it's like. When I was in the U.S., my life, you know, I've had some adversities in my life, disappointments like everybody else. You know, it's like coming to the Philippines, it was really a second chance, I guess, second chance in life. And I made the most of it. You know, it's like for me, my life just changed coming here. When I got here, I was 45 years old, and I was just gonna do all I can to like have a better like second part of my life, and it has been the last 14 years. I couldn't ask for anything more. And my Lawrence is my friend now. He lives in Makati, and like I say, he was flying. He's got a wife. He's got two young kids, and me and him, we just kind of bonded when we text message each other because you know, it's a good feeling when you're surrounded by people that love you, that care for you. And I had that before in my life in the U.S., but nothing like what I have now. You know, it's like for me, waking up every morning for me, I got Dazzle, Leanna, Mom. I just feel blessed every day. You know, it's like our lives here, we're always just having fun. You know, it's like what you see with us is what you get. You know, it's like the laughter, the karaoke, we're always like teasing each other. That's like our day-to-day life. You know, so it's amazing. And I know I'm blessed. I had one hooked, but she broke the line. She broke the line, Daniel. Oh man. You used the wrong hook, man. You used the wrong hook or the wrong line. It broke. It broke, man. That's just like fishing, right, Daniel? That's like fishing. You lose a fish. Bert, I would love to meet you all there in the future. Oh, no problem, Bert. If you do, you know, no problem. Oh, my Ray, my friend. These comments on my messenger pops up on the top, and he says. We always like when people go to Boracay. A lot of times people go to Boracay. Like I know in August there's a few people headed to Boracay. I just tell them, message me when you're landing in Boracay because it's easy for us to go to Boracay. Only takes me like an hour and 15 minutes to drive to Aklan and then 15-minute boat ride. So and we always have places to stay in Boracay, so it's not expensive for us to go to Boracay because we have friends that we can stay there that don't charge us a lot, not like hotel prices. But no problem, Bert. If you come to Aklan, come to Boracay. Be happy to meet you. HD, a break from chasing. You know, Daniel's the playboy man. He said, sorry, there'll be an adjustment period, but then you'll settle in. Have no expectation. Eventually, you'll forge what day it is. You'll forget. You'll forget what day it is. That's very common, and that's when you know you hit it big. Congrats. All right. Tim is he was here in Panay Island in Antique. Now he's in Vegas, but I know eventually Tim is targeting heading back here to Panay Island again. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. I saw that HD. I saw that in the news today. I'm glad you're reminded. You know, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. I was a fan. You know, I wasn't big on wrestling, but he was one of the wrestlers I remember watching. HD, how you know that I am bottom man? LOL. Sorry, you don't want the one breaking the line anyways. Those are the ones that drain the bank account. They drain the bank account. Thanks, dude. All right, Loiski Mix Blog. For rest in peace. Yes, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. You know, we lost Ozzy Osbourne now, Hulk Hogan, and come on, man. Hello, everyone. Oh, balik bayan, guys. Saying that hello to everyone. How are you guys? All right. Oh, Reverend. I watched the party. Looks like a fun time. Congrats on a good party for you. Yes. Yeah. You can tell. I mean, it's the expression on Dazzle. You can tell that she was really happy, and that's the main thing for me. As long as Dazzle's happy and Mom's happy, and then Leanna's happy, so I was like. Successful party. It was a guess that you like it. Edgar, good one, JB. Things happen for a reason. Yes. God bless. God bless. All right, Red Fortune. Good you arranged for James and Karen to stay over. They just go to the room. Yes, exactly. And I wanted, I didn't want them to like be late at night, having to drive. I don't drive at night. It's like I drove last night, but it's from Calibo to Numancia. I know the road, and I know it's not a road that's not. I know every single. I have to be careful at certain areas. I had the windows down. It's like I was paying attention to the road. Dazzle was sitting up front, and she's helping me because the thing when you drive here at night in Aklan, there's people that don't drive with their headlights on their motorbike, on their car. No headlights on cars sometimes and motorbike. People riding bicycles with nothing reflectorized, nothing. No reflective vest, no reflector on their bicycle. You're driving along, and that's why I have to. Dazzle's like my co-pilot. Babe, looks like there's a guy. There's a guy on a bike. Very common for like motorbikes to have no lights at night, and I don't understand why that happens. But you got to be careful. And I didn't want them to like have to go home at night. And then right now you don't know when it would rain or not. So at least now I'm sure they're just chilling at the at the La Casa Española. Checkouts not till noon, so they can just relax, wait for a good spot when it's not raining hard to go home. What's the hospital status? The hospital status, Bert. If you're talking about Asia Pacific Medical Center in Calibo, that's been open now for over a year here in Calibo. It's a third-class province. I don't know if you're talking about third-class. I don't know what first class, second class, third class, but I love it. I love Aklan province. For me, it's a perfect place for me because I like the more rural vibe. I like the provincial life now. I've had enough cities in my life. I lived in Manila. I lived in Los Angeles, LA County, Long Beach, San Antonio. I've lived in big cities, And in retirement, what I find that I enjoy more is like peacefulness. It's like, and we got plenty of that here in Aklan. Loola's Fish Farm, the beaches here. It's like, it's so even my neighborhood here. I can walk in the morning here. I don't hear anything. It's like you've seen my videos when I filmed just walking in my subdivision. I like the peace and quiet now. It's like that's my choice now in retirement. JB, yes, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Do they have good health care services, Bert? Here in Calibo, we do. I mean, I'm TRICARE. I'm insured with TRICARE medical insurance. And here in Calibo, there's Panay Hospital. If I need to be admitted to the hospital, and I have been admitted there for dehydration when I was going through my cancer treatments. I got admitted at Panay Hospital. They took good care of me. TRICARE covered it. I had to pay up front because Panay Hospital here, it's not a TRICARE preferred. It's a TRICARE certified. And the new Asia Pacific Medical Center, it's not TRICARE yet. So if I go there, like when I see my oncologist there at, he does clinic at Asia Pacific Medical Center, I pay cash, out of pocket. But each visit with him is like 600 pesos. So less than $11 for me to see my oncologist. So I don't mind paying cash for that. I think but for my main medical care, I go to Medical City, Iloilo, about a 3.5 hour drive from our house here to Iloilo City, and they're TRICARE preferred. So I pay my 25% copay, and they take care of the rest. I do my MRIs there every 6 months. I have to do MRIs. I do all my lab work there. I have to get a lot of labs because when you go through chemo treatments and radiation treatments, it affects a lot of your body. Like your creatinine level. A lot of internal organs don't function the way it used to because basically they just poison your whole body to kill the cancer. So Fortune, Leanna is growing kid and yes. She is growing. I mean, for a 12-year-old, she's pretty tall. She's like climbing up now to my ear now. She's like, and I'm 5'10". So Leanna, she's over 5 foot. So she's like, she's getting taller and taller. Growing kid at 12. And people notice that she's getting prettier too. She likes hearing that when people tell her that she's pretty. Howdy, my fellow rowdies. Rowdies, Edgar. All right, the rowdies. That's another name. Rest of you, JB, hey, Bert. How is your health? My health is good. I'm cancer free. So that's the main thing. I'm happy. I'm now cancer free for. Come October, it'll be 2.5 years. I'll be cancer free. My next MRI is in October. I'm not out of the woods by anywhere. It's like cancer can come back anytime, but so far so good. So far, all my MRIs, I've had like at least six MRIs every 6 months that are clear. So I can't complain. I feel healthy. I try to eat as healthy, try to exercise. I exercise all the time. So can't complain. Life is good, brother. I've seen your older vlogs and you look so young, and also your partner. Well, I'm getting up there, man. Next week I turn 59. So, it's like I'm getting up there. I mean, next year I'll be 60. That'll be a big number for me, 60. I'll have to stop a bit with the joke. You're bringing out that salty sailor. It's all good, man. It's all good. I thought I buried a long time ago. Jamie, La Casa looked very well maintained. Yes, JB. I mean, like I said, La Casa Española is like the best apartment complex I've seen here in Calibo. I don't think you can get any better than that. And I would honestly say it's probably the best complex I've seen in Panay Island. I haven't even seen a complex like that nice, even in Iloilo City or Rojas City. This well maintained. You can tell the owners take a lot of pride in the facility. The maintainers. I mean, grass always their grass on the first floor, and then all the plants are well taken care of. They really take care of that place. In a good area of Calibo, it's like a block, 2 blocks away to Gran Gaisano Mall. You're walking distance. Ruben just walked to it, like from his apartment at Park Homes 1 subdivision. He just walked to La Casa Española. Bert, it seems like we all cannot avoid aging. Hey, that's part of life, Bert. It's like me. It's like I don't sweat it, man. I still, it's like even now, I'm a recovering cancer patient. I know I got to get checked MRIs. I don't sweat it, man. I just like live my life, live my best life every day. Just like when I wake up, I look outside, see the sunrise. I'm happy. It's like just thankful I'm still alive. I mean, there's a lot more worse things that could be happening. It's like JB, HD is a salty dog, sailor, salty dog. JB, hello. I've been in too many deployments. Where's your wife? Dazzle's still sleeping. She don't get up till like 10. That's like Dazzle's normal wait. It's only 8:30, so she, and after last night, she's Leanna's not my daughter. Leanna is there's mom. That's her kid. That's her mom. Mom is Leanna and Dazzle's mom. She's my mom now too. She takes good care of us. Mom like spoils the three of us. And Leanna's at school. It's Friday here, so she's at school. I dropped her off at school this morning. Been out of the sea longer than I've been on land while I bet, man. I bet. Ooh, man, that must have been hard, HD. I'm just useless. I don't know about useless now, Edgar. So what's the update on the Medicare coverage in the Philippines? So far, I keep track of the Medicare portability. Yeah, I belong to a Facebook group that monitors it. It's just waiting to get voted. It's part of the FY 2026 budget. That's 1 October. So we'll know for sure 1 October if it gets approved or not. Just a waiting game, it's like it has to go through the process, like the House of Representatives and the Senate. So, but it's how bills are in the United States. It's attached to other bills. So, they're going to argue in Congress. But we'll find out for sure 1 October what the status is on the Medicare Portability Act. 7 months and 2 weeks. But who's counting? Who's counting, Daniel said. Who's counting? No, I do not make. I wish I made $4,000. I don't think any retired military. I guess unless you're an officer, you make that kind of money in retirement. No, I was an E7, 20 years, Master Sergeant, 20 years in the military. So my pension is nowhere near $4,000. That's what I thought to do. Become friends with people there. I will have friends. Yes, right, Fred. To me, it's like it's so much easier now with the internet, with social media. I know, it's like when you go to the expat groups, Philippine expats group, positive mind, minded, you gotta weed through all that. But usually you can find some good people in there. It's like. Especially if you're going to an area, like if you select like Cebu, if you select Iloilo City, Davao City, it's to your benefit if you meet somebody that's there, that's boots on the ground, you can ask like, how's the apartment situation, or how much is a 1 bedroom going for, a furnished 1 bedroom, there's somebody that's there, it's like, and like I said, like Ruben had the perfect idea. Before he came here to the Philippines, he contacted vloggers, because how vloggers are always like me. I'm always on the screen doing live streams, doing videos. Put them to the spot, man. Put them to the spot. Ask them, hey, can you help me? Just and I told him, I said, yeah, I can help you. If you come here, Ruben, I'll help you, and I did. So that's when you'll find out if those vloggers are legit. If they're really like helpful or not, or they're just full of crap, man. HD, tell us about Barnacle Bill. Barnacle Bill. JB Manala. Bert, is that enough? You can live on $4,000 in the US. What are you talking about, Bert? $4,000. If I had $4,000, I can live in the US for $4,000 a month. In the Philippines, that's like, you're that $4,000. That's over 200 pesos a month here. You're like in the upper echelon of the Philippines. You're like the rich people here in the Philippines with that monthly budget like that, Bert. Most of us here, we're like in the $1,500 to $2,000 range as far as our pensions here, Bert. and that's double that amount. So that, you know, if you can't live with $4,000 a month here in the Philippines, you need to like self-evaluate yourself. You know, you need to like figure out what you're doing wrong. You're doing something wrong if you can't live on $4,000 in the Philippines. You have to like evaluate what's important to you in your life. Maybe you're too materialistic. You know, you have to. You know, for me, I became more minimalistic. You know, once I moved to the Philippines, I no longer clothes, expensive clothes, Air Jordans, driving a Ford Mustang, having a big house. That's not important to me anymore in retirement. Hold on, I gotta let my dog out. All right. For me, anyway, the way I looked at it, you know, that material stuff, that's for the young guys. You know, that's like when I was in my 20s, 30s, yes, I was the same way. I liked nice stuff when I was in my 20s and 30s. But now that, you know, I'll be 59 next week, you know, I value more my relationships with people. I don't value material things anymore. You know, it's not that important to me. You know, it's like, I like relationships with people, friendship. You know, I like a relationship with family. That's what's important to me now. Are you really asking a man what he makes? Not cool. I know, right? You know, be ready for that though. Be ready for that, guys. When you come here to the Philippines, Filipinos, they're pretty frank about that. You know, they'll ask you how much money you make or how much pension you receive every month. I've been asked that by Filipinos before. How much do you make? How much I have been asked that here in the Philippines. So be ready for that. Be ready for like I've mentioned before on my live stream. That's just not something we discuss. You know, like I know when I worked at St. Mary's Hospital, my coworkers in the same office, we didn't know what each of us made. You know, it's like, because you negotiate your pay raise with your boss, right? You're not gonna tell your coworker, hey, I'll make more money than you. You don't do that, but it's a different culture in the Philippines. Yeah, people here will ask you stuff like, I remember one of our neighbors here asked us, did you pay cash for your house or is it a loan from a bank? Or did you, things like, I'm like, I told Dazzle, you don't have to answer any of that. I told Dazzle, you don't have to answer that. It's none of their business how we handle our finances. Sergeant USA, is it 7 months till you're going to? Yes, 7 months. Daniel will be one of the. I am 4 to 6 months away from the move, so JP is ahead. JP and then Daniel, and they're headed here to Panay Island. I know they're like the Panay posse. They're the ones that are headed here. They're gonna be the first ones that I would help. If you are single, for is plenty of you want to live a simple lifestyle. Fortune. I was about to ask if you had the RFID. I didn't, man. I didn't even heard of that, Fortune. When I got on the boat, when I put my car on the ferry, I never heard of RFID. So when I'm on the highway, I'm like looking, the signs. I'm like, I knew I would have to go in the cash. It was just common sense for me to go to cash because I knew I didn't have like the RFID thing. I'm hoping for September. Wow, September. Edgar. Man, so Edgar, JP, and then Daniel. Man, we're like one after the other there. Good morning, bro. Happy Friday. Yes, sweet spaghetti with hot dogs are the best, bro. See, Michael, my good friend in 13 Martires, he's the same. He's turning Filipino. He's now liking sweet spaghetti with hot dog. In the province is super lot. 2,000 is more than enough. Or yes, right, Fortune. That's what I'm saying. A lot of retirees here that I know anyway. That's about the median. The median is $2,000 a month. It's like what most bring here. Most expats here bring in $2,000 a month. So 4,000, man, you're like rich. You're rich if you're in the 4,000 a month range. Where are you moving to? Edgar, I am moving to PH for good. Or till whichever comes first, LOL. Me as well, Sergeant USA. All right. Watch the Korean guy in Mike. Yeah, from the Canadian. I saw that, Fortune. A vid. He got lucky to get an apartment for 200 fronting the beach. Plus, he gets dried fish free. You can always get that. I think, like I mentioned yesterday on the live stream, if you go to a place, start with an Airbnb, or if you do rent something, make sure you rent month to month. Even if you have to pay a little extra, rent month to month. Because once you move into an area, like if you decide Rojas City, while you're living in your month to month place in Rojas City, just start looking. Walk the beach. You'll see signs. The one thing about the Philippines, what's hard is the ads online. They're not really reliable. It's hard to get something that you see online and book it. It's hard to do that. You have to be boots on the ground. You have to be pay, walk that pavement and knock on people's door. And if you see a sign, you'll see a cell phone number. Text that person, hey, what's this apartment you got? Can I look at it? You got to be boots on the ground, unfortunately, to get those kind of deals. But there are deals out there to be made. That is for sure. That is for sure. Not hard to find. If you got, once you're retired, once you're here in the Philippines, you got the time. You got the time to look. So it's Boracay to start. All right, Edgar. All right, man, you're gonna love Boracay, man. You're gonna be following in my footsteps, man. That was my landing spot. My soft landing in the Philippines was Boracay for my first 18 months. You're gonna love Boracay, Edgar. You made a good pick. You don't know how close I am to that character. I grew up in San Francisco, not a safe song to talk about that. All right. That's in Rojas City, seafood capital of PH. About 2 hours. Yes. The Korean gentleman that found that apartment for $200, and he even paid more just because he felt bad. They were charging him 10,000. He decided to pay 12 because he felt bad that he got so cheap of a place. Bonnie BP, love your channel. Keep up the great all right, thank you. Nothing's gonna change, our channel. I think now I got, it's like people always tell them don't change, but I won't, because I've always been positive. I always tell it like it is. I'm as honest as I can be. I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. It's not all good. I always tell people, it's a major adjustment if you come here to the Philippines, coming from a developed country to the Philippines. It's not as easy as some make it look like. It's even for me, when I moved to Boracay, adjusting, it's like you have to, when you get here, you're not just adjusting to a new environment. For me, I'm adjusting to being retired. That's an adjustment in itself, because all of a sudden, now you don't have work. Now you have all this time. It's like, you got to come up with things that, of your interest. You like what your passion, things that you've always wanted to do. You have to if you like to read, if you like to swim, if you like outdoor activities, if you like mountain bike, you have to because you don't want to retire and just sit on the couch. It's like that would be pretty boring. Hello, Mike and Venus. Hello, like done. All right, thank you for the like. Thank you for the like, Mike and Venus. I am thinking La Casa Español to start. Yes, JP, I would highly recommend. I think that would be a good soft landing. If you come here to Calibo, La Casa Español will be a nice soft landing, because you won't feel pressured about getting a vehicle, because that's what, a lot of expats, when they come here to Aklan province or Panay Island, the very first thing they want to do is, I got to get a motorbike. I got to get transportation. But if you live in Calibo, you don't need it. Ruben's a perfect example. He's been in Calibo now 7 months, and he can go another 7 months and not have a vehicle, and it's fine, because He can walk to like his laundry place from his apartment. Same thing at La Casa Española. Heck, they have home. I'm sure they got like service, like home delivery service for your laundry if you want to. But there's like a couple of laundry places, wash and fold, where you just bring your laundry bag, turn it in, couple hours later, they nicely folded, dry. You know, you're like picking up your laundry, and it don't cost much. I did that when we were in Boracay. Dazzle and I never did laundry in Boracay. We just dropped off our clothes, and it would cost us, I think, 200 pesos for like a lot of laundry. I mean, like for clothes for both Dazzle and I, look, $3.50. You don't have to buy soap, you don't have to buy softener, and you don't have to wash it. So, but they got that. Ruben does that. Ruben does that in Calibo. He walks to like 7-Eleven. He walks to Carinderia. He walks to McDonald's. He walks to Grand Gaisano Mall. You really don't need a vehicle in Calibo. And then when he's got grocery, when he's carrying stuff, you just ride a tricycle. A tricycle in Calibo costs 15 pesos per ride. When Ruben started riding the tricycle, he would give them a tip. And I told Ruben, you ain't got to tip them, Ruben, and now he's learned, because he's becoming Filipino. He's becoming like starting to pay what everybody else is paying. But you can rent the tricycle if you want the whole tricycle, depending on the distance. Pay 50 pesos, pay $1. If you got groceries, if you don't want to ride with other people, you can just rent the whole. And then you'll see if you go to Calibo, it's like there are like hundreds of tricycles. Never a problem. Day, night, that never a problem to get a tricycle. Edgar, nice start, Boracay. It will be a party. It will be a party every day. Fortune said. There is, but Fortune, I was there. I was in Boracay 2011, 2012. That was party, Boracay. Boracay's not party anymore. Boracay's more leaning towards family, more family oriented now. Yeah, there's only a few bars, like clubs left. You got Club Parao, and it's not even like how Club Parao was before. And Summer Place, because we went to Summer Place in June with our friend Gray, and it's not it. Boracay no longer has that party vibe. Back in 2011, 2012, there was like those pub crawl where you just pay and you can go bar hopping and you can drink as much as you want. They don't do that anymore. Most of the partying now that I see in Boracay, they do it on the party boat. They do have that. That one video I shot, they had it by the New Coast Boracay. These boats, kind of like Filipino version of yachts. Some of them actually look like yachts, but most of them like Filipino-made looking yachts. And they just sail around Boracay. They got disco lights, they got a DJ, and that's where they party. It's like drinks, food. It's like when you go on the party boat, they'll put an armband on you, and you can hang out there. Usually like at sunset until like whatever time that party boat goes around. But that's about all the partying. But on Front Beach now, like at nighttime, it's dead, man. It's like dark in Front Beach now. White Beach, Boracay, it's not the how party like it used to be. Like especially if you go to like the Diniwid, like where Dazzle and I stayed, or New Coast where my friend Ray stays, it's quiet, man. It's a quiet area. That's good when you go to Calibo, Ati-Atihan in January. Ati-Atihan, man, Ati-Atihan's pretty crazy. That might not be a good soft landing. If you land in Calibo during Ati-Atihan, you might be like, I need to get out of here. It's like, if you land in Calibo, maybe January is not a good time to land, because it is like January in Calibo for 10 days is festival time. And it's like loud music, loud bands, people drinking in the streets. It's the Mardi Gras. It's the Mardi Gras here in Calibo. So that might not be a good time to like check out Calibo. But like that's one thing nice about La Casa Española. It's away from like all the partying, because the the partying in Calibo during Ati-Atihan is a Pastrana Park. Pastrana Park, Mabini, kind of like where the McDonald's, Petron, but La Casa Española is on the other side. There's no parades there, there's no loud music, no concerts. So that's the good thing, another good thing about La Casa Española. Lara, we miss them. Yes, Lara, GWS, we miss them. Fortune, I like how easy is to get around, like on the IHOP bus. Oh yeah, the hop on hop off bus in Boracay. Yeah, you'll like that because you can just get the card and it's unlimited ride. I have a card now, but I think my card doesn't have a load. It's kind of cool how you buy load on your card, but you got a permanent card assigned to you, and you just when you hop on the bus, you just like they scan it and you're good, and then it is. That's all you need in Boracay, the hop on, hop off bus. It'll get you anywhere you want in Boracay. For healthcare, it has to be Iloilo City. If you got medical issues, definitely Bert, head to Iloilo City. Good AM, balik. Try to get some Pinay passenger made to hand out to others, but they go up. Here, I think we can get t-shirts here probably $2. I bet you we can get with a name, like come up with a design and print it on a t-shirt for like $2 each, about 120, I bet 120 pesos. We can get a shirt done. I like quiet, so I'm considering waiting until, yes, if you like quiet, JP, wait until after Ati-Atihan. But if you select La Casa Española, no problem, because that is away from the parades. You won't even hear the parades from. The parades are all by Pastrana Park, Rojas Avenue, Mabini. So you're far. You won't hear the parade or the festivities, the Mardi Gras. You won't hear it. Decided just to wait. Yes, wait till you get cheaper shirts here, Daniel, for sure. We can get cheaper shirts here. Better prices, and $2 here is plenty to get a t-shirt made. I see you use the exit. Yes, I did, Rev Fred. Thank you for that. That's our new exit sound now, with Dazzle and Leanna on the exit of our videos. It sounds better. I can hear Leanna speak now. Rain, go away. Rain, go away. Love to get tees that have a map or design on the. Oh yeah, we can pretty much, Daniel. Any design you want, like even on the cups, like this cups that like HD had made this design, Dazzle TV. Any picture, anything they can put in a cup, they can put it in a t-shirt. That's easy here. It's all computerized now, so you can just it could be a picture on your phone. They'll just you can just send it to like the printer, and it's all computer, and they'll print it on a t-shirt. They're high tech now. It's not like back in the day when they were printing t-shirts, like the screen and then like the paint. Now everything is like high tech. I love Panay Pasi t-shirt idea. All right, John. All right. Feeling of pride. I know, right? I know. Like I said, we should wear it like to the second anniversary of the Canadian Beaver next year. Have our own table. All of us wearing shirts. That would be cool. I know Mike would appreciate that. The Panay party taking over. Yeah, no, the Panay party taking over there you go, taking over the Canadian Beaver. Are you Philippines? Yes, Ona. Get well soon, brother. I concur 100%. Edgar, hope y'all have a soft landing. Yes, that's the main thing. I want you guys to make a soft landing here in the Philippines. Anything I can do to make it an easier transition for me, that's what makes me happy. I like helping people, because I know it's not easy, man. It's like there's a lot to you already making that giant leap of moving here. So it's like if there's anything I can do to make that a smooth landing for you here, that I really enjoy that. I like seeing when I talk to Ruben, when I talk to Nefty. Nefty was at the party too. He's been here since February. He stays at La Casa Española. That's where his apartment. And Nefty was only gonna stay here a month. Now he's like, I think he's here for good. He's liking Calibo. He likes the quietness. Like I said, Calibo's not for those guys that are looking for a city. If you're looking for a nightlife, if you're looking for like clubs and things like that, Calibo's not that. If you're looking for nightlife, strip clubs, things like that, that's Angeles City. That's Dumaguete City. That's if you're looking for a lot of women, you want to date a lot of women, those are the places where you want to go, Angeles City and Dumaguete City. But if you're more like retired, quiet living, Calibo is a good spot to land. Good spot to land. Hope you all have a soft land. All right. Fortune. Aklan is a first-class province. All right. Thank you, Fortune. I knew we weren't third class. I mean, that's kind of insulting, somebody calling us third class. But if it is, to me, it's not a big deal. If they call the province third class, I don't look at it as third class. I look at it as Aklan. Like I said, Aklan is a gem. This is a gem. I mean, you will not find another province that's going to be cheaper cost of living. I mean, we're like at the bottom, I think, of cost of living as far as Aklan province. Your produce, your fruits, things like that. It's hard to find a place in the Philippines that's going to be more expensive. This is cheap. We live in a cheap area here as far as like farmer products. The farmers produce. And the people is what made me fall in love with this place, man. Because I have neighbors here, I have friends here that will just come to your gate and they're like, hey, we have some extra plantains, we have some extra string beans, and we have some extra eggplant, and they just give it to us. I mean, that kind of relationship with people, to me, there's no price for that. Very humble people here. Good provincial people living in Aklan. If it didn't come back in 2.5 years, I don't think it'll be back, buddy. All right. And then, I don't sweat it, man. I don't sweat it. It's like, I don't really think about it. I just remember things, it's like when, during if my appointments are coming, of course, I have to do an MRI, that's when it comes to mind. But, I already live my life kind of day to day, it's like I said, if I see another sunrise, I'm happy, it's like, and even if my cancer does come back, it's not like, I can go through chemo again. I can go through radiation again. It's not, I've been through it now, so I know, I know what I would be up against. So not a big thing. It's nothing I can't survive again. Edgar, when you are solo, just do the IHOP. Yes, let's go with the Panay Posse shirt. All right. One good bill seems to always attach to lots of bad bills. Yeah, that's the thing, Daniel. That's why you can never really say like, it's not gonna get approved, because they'll attach it to several other bills. Fortune, I plan to be solo for a year, then start paying attention. Yes, good strategy. I think JP has the same strategy, and that's the strategy I recommend to people anyway when they come here. Don't go on those online dating. Don't do the LDR. Just me, right? My opinion now, you don't have to follow me. I'm not no guru as far as dating. But to me, the correct way to do it, in my opinion, is come to the Philippines first. Get settled where you want to settle. Because what happens a lot of times when you do the online dating, the LDR with a Filipina, you end up going to a place here in the Philippines that really it's not the place you want to go. You know, it's like you end up going to a place where that Filipina lives or where that Filipina grows up. And it might not be the location that you want, right? For me, like Edgar, he wants to go to Boracay Island. To me, it's like, you know, that's ideal because it's your dream. Like me, it was my dream to go to Boracay Island. It was my dream to like retire there, just enjoy the beach every day. I wasn't concerned about meeting a Filipina because like I wanted to enjoy my life first, you know. To me, and I think that helped me as far as when it was finally time to meet someone that I was so relaxed, I was so retired, I was, you know, I'm not like the hectic, the thinking in the US, you know, I was just chill, you know, by the time when I went to college here in Calibo, when I went to college and then I finally met Dazzle, I was just so chill by then, you know. It's like I've been in Boracay 18 months when I started school, you know. It was like you know, school to me was fun. You know, school to me was like a way to like, it was additional money for me. So of course I was gonna take advantage of it, using my GI Bill, my military benefit. Ginno, your karaoke was the best with Mick Jagger. You got the moves. I got the moves like Jagger. All right. Thank you. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. You are too kind, my friend. Any plans yet for your birthday? No, my birthday, man, I always just celebrate it simple. I already know, you know, it's like, I have a favorite Lanang. It's called Lanang, a Chinese restaurant here in Calibo. So my birthday, just me, Dazzle, Mom, and Leanna will just go to Lanang and I'll order my favorite fried rice, my char siu pork. I have a certain things I like to order, and it'll be a quiet dinner with us. Every year I'm just like that now. I'm not, you know, that's all I wanted her to have a big party because, you know, 30 is a pretty big milestone and I knew it would make her happy. And it did, you know. Wow, the sun is coming out. All right, the sun is coming out. Looks like at least on the way home for James and Karen, looks like. Nawala lang. Ganyan eh, nawala.